Have you ever wondered why something that feels like pocket change in the United States can cost a small fortune in Brazil? We're really not talking about rare collectibles or luxury cars. We're really talking about everyday things you probably use all the time. Today, we're diving into 10 common items that are dramatically more expensive in Brazil than in the USA. But here's the twist. We're not just listing prices. We're breaking down the hidden costs, the cultural differences, and the economic forces that make these price gaps so shocking. Make sure you stay until number 1, because it's something so ordinary. You probably have it in your home right now. And you won. Do you believe how much it costs in Brazil? 10 fast food meals. In the United States, fast food is cheap, fast, and everywhere. A typical burger combo, sandwich, fries, and drink will set you back around $8 to $10. Now, in Brazil, the same type of meal can cost $15, $18, or even over $20 in smaller cities. Why the jump? It's not just about ingredients. Many fast food chains in Brazil import part of their packaging, machinery, and even some ingredients. Those imports are taxed heavily before they even reach the store. But there's also a cultural element. In the US, fast food is considered an everyday, almost default meal. In Brazil, it's still seen as more of a treat, an experience. This perception allows chains to position their meals as something a bit more special and charge accordingly. And here's something interesting. According to industry data, Brazil's average income is less than 1/3 of the US, so the percentage of a person's daily wage spent on a burger is far higher. 9 branded sneakers in the US. You can walk into almost any store and pick up a pair of quality sneakers for $70 to $110. In Brazil, that same pair can cost between $160 and $200. The main reason is Brazil's import tax on shoes, which can reach over 35%. But it doesn't stop there. There are state taxes, shipping costs, and retailer markups. Even sneakers made in Brazil can be expensive because many materials, like Haikawali rubber or synthetic fabrics, are imported. Fun fact: in Brazil, sneakers are sometimes seen as a status symbol, especially certain models. This allows stores to price them higher, knowing demand is strong. 8. Laptops and electronics. A mid-range laptop in the US can cost $600. In Brazil, the same model often costs $1,200 or more. The reason isn't just one tax. It's the so-called cascading tax effect, where multiple taxes are applied at each stage. Manufacturing, importing, distribution, and retail. Here's a real example. A laptop imported to Brazil might face import duties, then a state tax, then a federal tax, then a retailer markup to cover all of those. By the time it reaches the customer, the price has doubled. And because the average Brazilian earns less, the number of working hours needed to buy that laptop is far greater than in the US. In some cases, 3 to 4 times more. 7 cars. A basic compact car in the US might cost $20,000. In Brazil, a similar car could cost $30,000 or more, even if it's assembled locally. The reason? Brazil is one of the most heavily taxed car markets in the world. There's the IPI tax on industrialized products, ICMS state tax, and PIS, COFINS federal contributions, all adding layers of cost. Even cars manufactured in Brazil aren't safe from these taxes because they often use imported parts. Engines, electronics, safety systems, which get taxed before even being installed. 6 video game consoles when the PlayStation 5 launched in the US. It costs $499. In Brazil, electronics in Brazil are often classified as luxury goods, which means higher import duties. Add to that the cost of distribution in a large country with infrastructure challenges, and the price shoots up. The interesting part is that despite the high cost, Brazil has one of the most passionate gaming communities in the world. People save for months or even years to buy new consoles. 5. Cosmetics and perfumes. In the US, a bottle of premium perfume might cost $80. In Brazil, that same bottle could cost $150 or more. Why? Brazil has high taxes on imported cosmetics, but there's another twist in Brazil. Imported luxury cosmetics are a strong status symbol, so companies keep prices high intentionally to maintain the brand's exclusivity. For smartphones, a flagship phone like the iPhone 15 costs $1,099 in the US even when assembled in Brazil. The imported components still get taxed, and the local assembly doesn't bring the price anywhere near US levels. This is one of the most publicized price gaps in the world. Brazil has been ranked as one of the most expensive countries to buy an iPhone multiple times. 3. Streaming services. In dollar terms, streaming services might look similar between countries. $15 in the US. Roughly the equivalent in Brazil. But here's the trick. When you adjust for average income, the cost is much heavier on the Brazilian wallet. And now, with new local taxes on digital services, that monthly bill is going up for many households. 2. Branded clothing. A denim jacket that costs $80 in the US could be $150 in Brazil. Even when produced locally, the imported materials and brand licensing fees increase the final price. 1. Imported alcohol. A $40 bottle of premium whiskey in the US can be $100 or more in Brazil, thanks to import duties, alcohol taxes, and distribution costs. So, whether it's a burger, a pair of sneakers, or the phone in your pocket, the price difference between Brazil and the US comes down to a mix of taxes, import costs, market perception, and purchasing power. If you've ever wondered why your friends go on a shopping spree when they travel abroad, now you know.